All right, you guys, what's up? Another video. I'm starting it out in the gym. It's like 10:30 at night. I've been coming in. I think I'm gonna start coming in late like this to film. I feel better. I don't like it when there's a lot of people trying to set up a tripod and film, and I just feel bad like getting in the way and stuff. So for right now, I'm just probably coming later at night if I'm gonna film a video. And I just wanted to go over some like tips, some things that I figured out and I think everyone should know. And really dial in if you're trying to gain muscle and gain weight like I've had to do. And that's the thing, you know, I feel like my specialty, I guess you could say, is definitely gaining weight because that's what I've had to do. I mean, I've had to cut and lose quite a bit of body fat for shows too, so I know how to do both. But I feel like more people definitely probably struggle with the overweight thing, but I feel like skinny guys don't get, talked about enough how hard it is to gain weight. So just kind of wanted to throw in some of the top tips and things that I've learned, to gain that weight and gain that muscle. But I wanted to throw in some workout clips too, maybe if I just, want to talk in between lifting. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to film this workout, just add it into the video so it's less monotonous. But we'll do this, and then probably when I'm done, go over some of the tips and stuff. And yeah, so we'll get after it. Going to start with some lat pull downs, warm up. I just like to do lightweight for the first set, just kind of get my back warmed up. The only thing that's bad about lifting this late is I gotta wake up, pretty early, like 4 or 5 in the morning to go train people. So taking pre-workout right now is kind of a dangerous game, but it's actually kind of bad. I'm so used to it that I can still fall asleep. So probably should dial it back. But I wouldn't be working out right now if I didn't drink it. So anyways, I'm probably not going to film every set of this just because it's kind of boring to watch the same exercise multiple times. Film one more. Getting hot. Ideally when I'm doing these, I like to do chest supported ones, but that one's downstairs and it's kind of flimsy. This one's a little sturdier, but you just don't have that chest support. Still good though. But anything normally, I mean, if you can support the opposing body part, you can get more of a contraction, or isolate it, I guess would be the better word. You can isolate it a little better. Go a little closer on this one. Another thing about coming in when there's not a lot of people to film, it's not that I can't film when there's people in the gym. I feel bad, just trying to, even if there's only a few people in, because sometimes people feel bad walking in front of it, which I don't care, man. I'm in a gym. If I have a camera set up, walk right in front of it like it's a public gym. But I just feel bad. A tripod, I mean, kind of takes up a lot of room and all that stuff. Anyways, I just think about that stuff a lot when I'm lifting. I think about too, social media, how much it genuinely takes away from like normal things. Like even like when I'm lifting, not having to worry about or even think about setting up a camera and trying to certain shots and stuff. And I genuinely do think social media takes away from a lot of like everyday things that you don't enjoy as much when you're, you know, thinking about posting it or something like that. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I love doing it and I love making content and stuff, but I like the content part. I like the making content part. I don't like the social media part very much. I like the people it's connected me to and the people that I've gotten to meet through it, but not so much social media itself. I feel like, man, you just got to be conscious of who you follow on social media and whose content you're taking in. Because there's a lot of crap out there, and there's just a lot of things that are useless to pay, you know, use your time and watch things on there. I feel like if it's not entertaining you or educating you in some way, or if it's not like obviously friends or something, you know, then what's the point in following them? Because there's just, you guys know what I'm talking about, there's a lot of bad things on social media that shouldn't be on there. So I try to be more cautious of it, and I try to not even be on it that much, honestly. I just like I said, the biggest thing is just the people I've met from it. Because I met a lot of friends from social media that I never would have met otherwise. And getting to help people train and show stuff and show how I've like gained weight and that kind of stuff is cool. So I'm very thankful for it, but it's just a double-edged sword. Got to be careful how much time you spend on it. Man, I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. Whenever I do shrugs with like joggers or something with pockets, and I go down, my thumbs always get stuck in my pockets. Maybe I shouldn't wrap my thumbs around it, I guess. Might throw some rear delts in today's too. I'll bounce back and forth. Sometimes I'll do rear delts on shoulder day and my back day, but this week's gonna look a little different with training, so hopefully this is not picking up a bunch of this music and fan noise and everything. I'll see how good the noise cancellation is with this DJI mic. A couple more sets. I ain't filming them though. Man, I really hope that this audio turns out with all this noise in here. I'm actually finding out too, man, the more I'm filming, I actually really do like filming when I'm working out, because it's almost like I film it by myself 95% of the time, so it's almost like just talking to a buddy, talking to the camera, honestly. You know, hopefully a few people watch it, gain something out of it. It's the whole goal. I think it's a really cool tool to be able to look back, like those people that have done YouTube for a super long time, being able to look back at all those videos, especially when you have kids and stuff, I think is just cool, and it's fun. But when it can help people, it's the icing on the cake. So probably do some more, a couple more arms, and I don't know why I can't think of the rows, bodyweight rows I like finishing out my back days with, or pull-ups. So I'll probably do one of those to finish. Go over the tips, things that I think you should really dial in on to gain some weight and to lose weight. We could toss some in there to lose some weight too, because pretty much opposites, honestly. So, all right. I'm not gonna record the rest of these sets. It's gonna be 2 more sets of hammer curls. Oh man. Got a fresh haircut today, so it's kind of weird. It's normally not this short, so it's throwing me off. Whew. You know what, it's getting pretty late. I think I'm just gonna record a few sets of the rest of the stuff I'm doing, well, at least one set of the rest of the stuff I'm doing, and then I'll sit down after, because I had to wake up at 4:15 and it's already almost 11:30, so just get some clips of the rest of the exercises and then go over that stuff at the end. Maybe in my pickup, maybe in here, I don't know yet. Depends how many people are in here. So, get them finished up. All right, so as you can see, we're out in the pickup now. I didn't want to try, the music was kind of blaring in there, which I like that in a gym, but I'm just decided to come out here, mix up my root beer float, and then, you guys, I'm just gonna go over, honestly, the top 3 things, 3 tips, the 3 things I would dial in on, you know, from the past 5 years of lifting very consistently. I think the most I didn't lift was a month that I was bow hunting, but these 3 things, you guys, are, if you're a skinny dude and you're trying to gain weight, gain muscle, these are the 3 things I would dial in on if I were you, okay? The first one, I'm sure you guys know, nutrition, food, okay? So you guys, the biggest thing if you're a skinny dude, you probably have, or girl, if you're a skinny guy or girl, you probably have a faster metabolism and you're just not eating enough food. So just to give you guys an idea, I need to be around 4,000 to 4,500, somewhere in that range to gain weight. And for me, and probably for a lot of you, that's just gonna feel like stuffing yourself with food. So honestly, the easiest way I found to get more calories in like that is I actually have it posted on my Instagram and on TikTok, but it's a pretty hefty shake. And now I've kind of dialed that down when I do make it sometimes. But if you can get like a 800 calorie, 1,000 calorie shake in the morning and, you know, putting berries and oats, peanut butter, some protein powder, milk, stuff like that. Another thing, you guys, that Fairlife, not the small protein things. Those things will mess your stomach up. But if you go to like your Walmart or whatever, they have half gallons of Fairlife milk. And I like whole milk. I just like the thicker milk. But that's double the protein that normal milk is. I want to say it's 13 grams per cup. It only comes in half gallons and it's like $4 per half gallon, which is kind of expensive. But if you're willing to pay that for the extra protein, 2 cups of that, I mean, that's almost 30 grams of protein. So that's a huge thing that's helped me because I drink a lot of milk. But anyways, if you can figure out like you guys just super like nutrient dense, calorie dense foods. Peanut butter is obviously a really good fat source. It's not a protein source. It has more fat than anything. But I mean, for you skinny guys out there, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I think I said this in the video before, but I just ate a ton of junk food, which is not the healthiest way to go about it. So take that for what you will. But you just got to make sure, you guys, the shake helped a ton. So if you make something like that in the morning, get a shake in first thing, it's a lot easier to get to that 4,000 throughout the day. And you guys set the amount of meals that you need. Like if you're someone like me, I can only eat a small meal at a time, but then I'm hungry again like 2 hours later. Some people can sit down and eat a super big meal. So plan out the meals that you're gonna need throughout the days. And I would always have, like when I was at work and work construction and stuff, I would always have snacks on me. Like I'd always have, I'd have like Little Debbie's or something, which I know is terrible, oatmeal cream pie, something like that, in my pockets. And you can ask people I worked with. Like I would have those stuff in my pockets. Nutty bars was a huge thing for a while. I would have in my pocket. And I'd just eat those, honestly. But if you can have like protein bars or something, and you have to make sure you're hitting your protein. And hit higher protein goals. Better to get higher than lower. So anyways, nutrition. Dial that in, you guys. Then when you're weightlifting, progressive overload, you guys. Make sure you're focusing on hitting. So there's a few ways you can go about progressive overload. I would say tracking your weights is good. Like if you're tracking like the bench you hit one week, like I would track your main lifts. But I always stress to people, like when it comes to accessory stuff, just train as hard as you can. Train close to failure when you're going at that stuff. and you have to mentally be able to know like what that point is for you. And if you don't, get a trainer, get someone that's going to push you, but make sure week to week or every couple weeks or whatever, your weights are either going up. So if you're benching 135, try to put 140 on the next week for 6 reps. Or another way is you can go up in reps with the same amount of weight. So there's 2 different ways of progressive overload. A third way is you can slow down the tempo. So you could go a 3 count down, a 2 count up, something like that on the eccentric and concentric, or you can add resistance. So if you had like bands or if you have like chains or something, any way to make it harder each week. Make sure you're progressing so your muscles are having to adapt and grow each time, and that's going to come in line with nutrition, okay? So your nutrition, get your workouts dialed in. It doesn't, honestly, you could have the crappiest workout program ever, and if you're consistently getting stronger with it, you're going to gain muscle if you're feeding yourself with the right nutrition. And then you guys, honestly, the third thing that I would really dial in on, and this is one thing I still mess up, like obviously it's almost midnight, but your sleep, man. And that's when you recover. That's when you do almost all of your recovery for your muscles and everything. Obviously, you got to be hitting the protein to fuel your muscles, but when you're sleeping is when your body's recovering. And that's the majority of the time of when your body's going to recover. So make sure you guys, you're getting, even if you have like a way off sleep schedule, like if you go to the gym right now normally, make sure you get a good amount of sleep. That could look different for everyone. It could be anywhere from 4 to 8 hours to 10 hours. Some people are just different. Figure out where that sweet spot is for you and make sure you're trying to get deep, like quality sleep. Now, if you're like me and you drink pre-workout at 10 o'clock at night, it's probably going to mess with your sleep. Even if you don't think it does, it's probably messing with it and your deep sleep. So you guys, I would just say, honestly, dial in on those things. Your nutrition, your training, train hard. Honestly, that's what it's going to come down to. Eat a lot of calories, train hard, and get good sleep. If you could dial in on those 3 things, you're going to gain weight. And you guys, I know I'm not like a big dude or anything, but when I started out lifting, I weighed, oh man, it's hard to remember now. I want to say I was in the 140s, low, mid 140s. I got up to 205, then I cut for a show. So I mean, 60 pounds, somewhere around there is what I ended up gaining. And it took a lot of time and a lot of consistency with eating a lot of food. So anyone can do it, you guys. I know it feels like it's a struggle, especially when you're skinny and you've always been skinny. It's just a pain in the butt, and you just feel like you're never going to get bigger. And I would also say take pictures. Just even if you hate how you look right now, take pictures, because you're going to look back on them and wish you had. So that's honestly, you guys, dial in on those things. And there's a lot of good workouts and stuff out there. Find a good workout program to follow. I've put out a bunch within the community that I have, the ALTAIN community. I'll put it, that'll be the first link. I want to get as many of you guys in there as possible. I want to build a really good group of guys and girls that are just motivated to go to the gym, striving to be better. Whether you're trying to gain muscle or lose body fat, I want to make that an awesome, huge community. You guys, community is a huge thing. If you can be, even if it's on a social media group, because it's hard to build that on like an Instagram or something, but having this, it's on the school app is where I have mine, but having like a private community like that and bringing individuals into it that are wanting to get better, I just want to build that up huge. So you guys are more than welcome to join that. It is $10 a month, just so you're aware. I don't want you getting on it thinking it's free. It's 10 bucks. So I'll put the link to that in there. And you guys, if you don't, like for some reason, if for some reason you don't have that money and you don't have $10 to spend a month, you could always shoot me a message or anything. And there's, you guys, there's a ton of videos all over YouTube, I mean, with this stuff. So if you ever need help with anything, please shoot me a message, because I just want to help people out. I just know how much it's helped me going to the gym and gaining weight and just feeling more confident and stuff. So if that's something, you know, you can always shoot me a message. And then I do have a free Team ALTAIN Facebook group. Not as quite as much information and stuff is in that as in the other one, but it's still a good one to be in, and a ton of information does get put out in it. But yeah, you guys, that's honestly, I think all I have for this video. I'm going to go home, shower, try to get some sleep. Maybe I'll put these clips onto the computer and see how everything turned out. Then wake up and train some people in the morning. But hopefully this helps some of you guys out, some of you skinny guys that are trying to get bigger. Honestly, you guys, just don't complicate it. Eat more food. That's honestly, that's probably your biggest problem, is you're not eating enough food. Find those calorie-dense foods and just stick with it. Stick with the same routine every day, and you're going to get bigger, you guys. So hopefully, you know, you gain something out of it. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see something else or anything like that, or if it did help you out a little bit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.